Hey, it's Mr. Johns. Welcome to this episode of Railroads Online. And what we're going to try to accomplish today is making a run from the log camp. We're going to take 2 loads of logs and drop them off at the mill. And hopefully what we have here is the setup that we need. A little bit scattered with the cars, trying to do too much, but I have 2 loads loaded. So this level 1 car will only take, there should have been 1 on top of there. There should have been 5. This one takes 6. But I moved this car too soon, so it's fine. It's just kind of a test run. Logs. And then behind here, these are carts that will accept beams and lumber, which I'm not going to make part of this run, so I wish these weren't even here. But this is the car that I need right here. This is called a bulkhead, so I think it's a level 3 flat car. But these end pieces are great for stacking coal wood. So what I have done since my last episode, I have finally I tried to connect these from this back end behind the log camp. But you run out of room. There's a canyon over there. I built a bridge, demolished it. Luckily, all that stuff is free at this point. And then decided to go ahead and put a switch in around that corner. So the train has to back in and load logs, and then it has to pull forward, flip the switch, back in again, and load coal wood. So at this point, we're going to check our pressure. And I was out of pressure when I played a little bit earlier, could not figure out why, and then I realized if I roll my mouse over the boiler here, it'll tell you exactly the temperature, and I'm at 30% right now, so that means I need to load some up. But it showed me that I had 0 water, and I thought during this beta version that you wouldn't run out of water. I was wrong. So now I am at 99%, and should be good there. But I did, at this point, things are free, mostly. So I did build a water tower where I was stuck and filled it. So, okay, I need to pay attention because we just need to go up to this loading area. So we want to make sure we don't get too far and carried away here. Woo! And then start slowing down. And you get a little bit better at this, lining up your cars. My car is the very last one. So if you do this right, and I won't, but if you do this right, boom, you should. Oh, yeah, I'm going to stop too soon, I'm pretty sure. Oh, pretty close. Look at that. Let's see. Oh, stop. Let's see if we can throw a brake here. Boop, boop. Throw a brake. There we go. Let's see if we stack some wood for the very first time. Yes. So this is my very first load of cordwood. Full load, looks like. So that's great. And so the goal, drop off the logs and drop off the cordwood using my new track. So I'm kind of excited about that. So let's go ahead and throw it into, forward, brake off, and let's go ahead and cruise out here. Oh, I have a brake on. Don't forget that back there. I mean, it'll still sometimes pull away, but, hello, can I get there? Yeah, brake off. See, it's still driving, but okay, come on now. Oh no, get on the train and run to the engine. Woo! Don't fall off now. Alright, so we don't want to go screaming down this mountain like crazy. Let's put it at about 57% should be okay. We don't want to derail. Change our view. Pretty fast still. That might be a little too fast for this mountain corners. Let's fall off the train. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I knew it. I had this bad feeling. All right, we are luckily able to just exit that session and start again from the last saved spot. Just have to reload the cordwood. Perhaps this time I will save it before I take off down the mountain, and that would be my new save point. So, yeah, lesson learned. Heavy cars, top-heavy cars, cannot handle those curves. And, you know, I'm a rookie at this whole thing, and definitely probably my tracks are not as smooth and straight as they should be. A little more cautious down the mountain this time, so we'll go brake off, forward, and put it on, let's say, 30%. That should be fine. 30%. We'll see. So the weight is going to push this thing, old Betsy, down the track as well. So we've got 2 full cars of logs and a full load of cordwood. Luckily, we don't have anything on the other cars, so I think it's right after we got to this first big corner that we had some issues. And 30% may not be slow enough. I wish there was like a mile-per-hour thing, right? But they didn't care about that kind of stuff back then. Probably they kind of knew. Let's slow that down to about 10-ish, 11. Just so I know. I mean, it looks like we're going pretty fast. Right? Betsy's kind of sliding around. Let's go ahead and coast. I'm going to take it down to 0. I just want to be... I could be more careful. I could be braking right now, but my tracks are a little bit rough. I did survive that, so we'll go ahead and bring that back up to 11. I don't want... tempted to call it 11 miles per hour, but it's 11% open throttle. And I think that's, yeah, when I was open, I was full speed ahead, and no way, that was a bad idea. So right now, at 11%, I'm doing just fine. That's a pretty good speed. That looks something like, gosh, 40 miles an hour even, maybe. All right, so there's a, where I put in the new water tower because I ran out. Also put in the new firewood yard because I ran out. So, you see the telegraph office up there on the right. Starting to slow down up this hill. Let's go ahead and just give it a little boost. I'm going to bring it right in, and then we'll shut it off and roll these logs off. But yeah, it's some weight coming up this hill here. Let's give it a 2-2. There we go, coming in. Good thing I sped up because it was gonna struggle up that hill. And then I need to stop for the first and second cars, which means pretty soon, like now. Boop. And probably brakes now. Let's hope. Okay. Boop. The nice thing about this is you can actually unload. As soon as you get that yellow arrow, you can just unload. I probably should jump out of the way. It bounce off my head. All right, so logs in. Now, we have a full tank of water, a fairly decent amount of wood. We're gonna take our brake off and full power to get started, and then we'll slow her down. So we'll be going through some new territory. This track has not been driven on yet. So let's go ahead and slow her down. It seems like about 11% seems to be pretty good speed. But at any point, I could derail, just because I don't know how I did on this. This was a fairly tricky. Going back to what I said earlier about this game being so easy. Well, yeah, no. This was a tricky. I don't like the speed. I'm gonna slow down a bit here. Put it on, it's pretty slow. Let's put it on 6%. Getting down this mountain was tricky to the smelter. And, you know, one has to wonder, why is the smelter so far up in the mountains? But it is, so that's where you have to get to. So the first challenge was, obviously, my first gorge here, this little tiny well, stream, river, that you have to build a bridge over. So that was my first bridge, and then it just got too steep for rail to drop straight down into the smelter. So I had to figure out a way, either right along the edge of the mountain, or use a combination of that and like a trestle, which is what I ended up doing. So far so good. I mean, this part's pretty simple, but we're not to the tricky part yet. I have not yet delivered anything to the smelter, so once I achieve this, then I pretty much have the, well, I was going to say I have the wood part figured out, but that's not true, because there are some other facilities that need beams and lumber. So that would be my next, probably my next mission would be to deliver beams and lumber to every place that needs it. And that's quite a bit of track laying. That's going to be a big job. So here you can see this track, I'm picking up speed because this is a pretty steep, I think I'm like 3 to 5% grade in some places. And this thing, I'm probably going to slow this bad boy down. It's wanting to. I might even apply just a little bit of brake because we're cruising. You can see it bouncing around my track. Oh, this is a sharp corner. That's not good. Oh, please. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm uninjured. I'm just standing there. So yeah, that just felt too fast. So let's try that again. Because this part could be pretty tricky here. Maybe a little more brake. 80% brake. So I'm still a little worried. I'm actually a little nervous. But I think this is fairly comfortable. So we're kind of just rolling down. This is where I derailed, I think, last time, maybe. Because it's not right here. This is not a very good curve. Oh, and it just wiggles and it's terrible. Let's come on, baby. Stay on the track. Oh, didn't. Something was wrong. Something was just not right there. Not really sure what that was, but it looked bad. My track laying did not look good, so we're gonna have to try again. To make it through this little, right here, it's terrible. It's a sharp curve, and then there's this stupid little wiggle right there that I put in. You can see it, whoop whoop, wiggle. Now my brake's on full here. Oh, still got stopped. I think that tree, honestly, I think it's the dumb tree. Honestly, I think it's the dumb tree. It's not my track after all. I couldn't cut it down when it was... Oh my gosh, now what? So that tree apparently is wedged into... I can't get to... That's not good. Did not want to have to do that, but that is the issue. I need to just, oh man. Okay, but that's what you have to do. Now I can get to the bottom of the tree, and it should be, there we go, fairly simple too. Well, I think I found the solution, and that's to build a bridge instead of such a high track. So we're gonna release this brake and just give us a little bit of steam. Oh, I think I turned on all the brakes, so let's be careful doing this. It's part of the gamble. Part of the fun of this is the train starts to move while I am still here. And you have to run back, which is kind of fun. But we don't want to always take that risk. Oh, come on. Come on now. Oh, where am I? Okay, now. Let's get in the train. Slow it down. Oh, see how it kicks me out sometimes, like I'm just trying to stand in the tree. Brake. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on outside. So I believe that bridge was the solution. And now we're just going to slide down into the smelter. I think we got it. So you can see the slope here off to the right. That just, I could have done a bridge now that I think about it. The slope still may have been too much. I mean, you can see the loading dock down there. That's a drop. So what I have is this huge horseshoe bridge that goes around. But this is a comfortable decline now. There's the smelter. Smelting as we speak. And so you can see this great bridge. I think it's great. It was the second one I built. Trestle. It's a trestle, really. Bridge would cross something like a creek or a stream or a road, but this is a trestle, so it's just elevated tracks. But it gives me a really nice, I hope, gentle, and I'm just coasting. I have no speed here at all. Which is probably the way to do this, just to kind of coast down in. And I'll be, like all the other facilities, there's 2 separate loading docks, which is a pain. It requires you to build 2 different tracks and have another switch installed. But see how nice this is? Just a really nice big horseshoe shaped or curve. No reason to fight that slope coming down into this valley when you can just curve around, and then you end up facing the correct direction anyway. Well, that was the hope. Now you have to back in, but you're still facing the correct direction for leaving. Throw the brake, turn off the power. Let's run back there and just double check we're good. Okay, this is the switch. Yeah, and I'm oh. Come on. Oh, I probably missed it again. Let's see what it does here. No, we're good. We got lucky. So it's on those inside rails, which will take it left. And then this switch takes it to the far left. So we should be good. Kind of got lucky, I think, there just a little bit. So still moving, because even though the brakes are on, this train is heavy. So it takes multiple brakes. So let's just go ahead and coast her back. About 10%. Maybe a little bit slower. 5%. Because I want to run the car. Run back here and just jump on top of this. Come on, jump on top of that. I wish that was easier to jump on top of that. It's not. Okay, so I need to be even with that. So I better hurry back. Where am I? Okay. Yeah, I need to hurry back to the train and throw a brake here. Okay, let's throw the brake on. No speed. All right, let's just verify. I don't think I went far enough. No, I stopped way too early. Okay, well, I thought it was going too fast, but apparently not. So let's go ahead and reverse her. Give it some speed. I wish you could see better. I wish you could go to the back car. But you can't really. I wish you could just change your view. But if you hurry, even if it's rolling, oh, that's great. Look at that. Boom. That should be my first oh, why is it not landing in the right spot? No. Oh, it's counting. It's counting. Okay, that's good. I thought it didn't physically stack. I had never unloaded Cordwood before, but it gave me a count. So that's awesome. All right, so that was successful. And then unfortunately, to get out of here, I have to get forward, throw some switches, and reverse all the way back up that horseshoe back to the top switch. And so, all right, so I think we have accomplished that step. So that's great. So for this episode, Mr. Johns is out.